I am Anna, 24 years old. There was a time when I thought my life was stable with a good job, a decent salary, and lazy weekends. But as time went by, I began to feel emptier. My days seemed like an endless cycle. Work, go home, scroll through social media, then sleep. I asked myself, is this all there is to life? One day, I decided to quit my job. I didn't know what I would do next, but I knew I needed a change. Then an opportunity came when I participated in a volunteer trip to a remote mountainous area. That trip changed my life. There, I met children living in conditions I had never imagined. They walked barefoot, wore old, worn-out clothes, yet their faces lit up with simple joy when they learned to read, write, or simply flipped through the pages of an old book. I taught them small things, but in return, they taught me much greater lessons. One day, a little girl asked, "Will you come back here?" Her question left me speechless. I realized that the meaning of life is not about what we have, but what we can give. When I returned to the city, I began to share my experiences from the trip through my writing. Each line not only recorded my emotions, but also helped spread the story of these children from the mountains to many others. Writing made me happy. I realized that deep in my heart, this was something I truly loved. At the same time, I decided to pursue another passion, teaching. I applied to become a teacher at a nearby elementary school. Every day when I saw my students' attentive faces, I felt the true joy of sharing knowledge. Writing and teaching became the two things that made me the happiest in life. I suddenly remembered my childhood when I used to teach my younger siblings. I would draw the first letters, patiently explain lessons, and feel joy when they understood. Back then, I was also passionate about the stories in books. I would hold small books, imagining myself as the character, letting my mind fly to other worlds. It turned out that the things I loved as a child had always been there, waiting for me to rediscover them. One day, I received an email from a publisher. They wanted to collaborate to turn the stories I wrote into a book. Holding my first book in my hands, I couldn't help but feel emotional. It wasn't just the result of my efforts, but also a reminder that when we live true to ourselves, we can create meaningful things. Once, I participated in a sharing session about my journey. Many of them came to tell me that they now felt motivated to find the meaning of their own lives. Sharing my experiences with people my own age, I realized that the journey to find the meaning of life is an ongoing process, and each person has their own unique path. Now, I know that the meaning of life is not a destination but a journey. It lies in the small things we do with all our hearts. If you are searching for the meaning of life, don't hesitate to change or reflect on what has once made you happy. Perhaps the answer has always been there, inside of you.